DeadPool. The film begins with Wade Wilson breaking the fourth wall and humorously narrating his story. He jokes about the extreme lengths he had to go to, even suggesting he had to suck Wolverine's balls just to get his own movie. He jumps down and commences a killing frenzy to these unpaid-looking guys, and hits one of them with a cockshot. Wade keeps asking everyone for a guy named Francis, someone we initially know nothing about. This guy gets kicked hard in the head, and Wade offers him a hot candy, playfully warning him not to swallow it. Moments later, he flips the car, manages a cheeky grab at a passing biker, and then poses the most frequently asked question in human history. Did I leave the stove on? The biker gets decapitated and everyone else is killed. The scene shifts to the school run by Baldy, Professor X, where Colossus is sitting and eating while listening to the chaos of Wade's highway shenanigans. Meanwhile, Wade plays a violent game of whack-a-mole with massive guns and goes on a rampage, showcasing his incredible fighting skills as he expertly uses his last 12 bullets. He is shot by a biker, and a bullet pierces his arm. He tries to strike the biker in retaliation, but misses completely. I still can't believe how these guys managed to miss so many shots, but I guess that's typical. After all, we all know bad guys don't have infinite ammo. A grenade goes off with a quick explosion, and while pausing for a brief, sarcastic gesture, Wade gets shot but fires off 2 more rounds. With his last bullet, he manages an impressive triple shot, taking out the remaining enemies. We then flash back to 2 years earlier. Wade was a mercenary, taking on jobs for money that often involved roughing up or killing people. He goes to meet his friend at the bar where all the mercenaries stay. He asks his friend to make him a blowjob cocktail, and after his friend makes it, he sends it to a random guy to start a fight. The guy gets mad and punches this dude. He gets knocked down and they check if he is still breathing. He is still alive. Wade did this because he betted that the guy dies on DeadPool, a betting they do on which of them dies next. The best guess gets the money on the betting pool. Wade meets this hooker at the bar. They start to chat and find out they have a lot in common. They end up having sex. After that, they fall in love and decide to live together. One random day, Wade doesn't feel too good and collapses like a sack of potatoes. He gets diagnosed with cancer, and the doctors say it can't be fixed or healed. We jump ahead again, and Wade is chasing Francis. He does a perfect sword throw to the bike's tire and knocks him off the motorcycle. Francis falls down hard on this car, and Wade starts to kick the living shit out of him with a bunch of kicks and punches. He keeps telling Francis that I came for my revenge and will not stop till you fix what you have done to my face. Wade stabs Francis in the shoulder and tells him you have a little amount of time to fix everything before I stab you in another place and die. Francis is surprised that Wade is still alive and healthy and tries to buy himself some time to escape. Colossus comes in frame and Wade feels his metal cock for some reason, I guess. We go back in time again. Wade is at the mercenary bar and this pedo-looking guy wants to talk to him. The weirdo tells Wade that I know you have cancer and it will kill you in no time. He offers Wade to treat his cancer at his facility, and not just heal his cancer, but also give him superhuman powers that any man desires. We go back again. Colossus throws Wade like a small child into a parked car and tells him to stop the fight and look at the chaos he has done to the highway. Colossus wants Wade to become a hero just like them, and not waste his potential in revenge and killing other people. In the conversation, Francis managed to escape because Colossus distracted Wade with his heroism, talk which backfired badly. Wade loses it and goes mad. He tries to hurt Colossus, which we all know is not possible. I mean, the guy is a straight tin can. He cuts his own wrist to escape the handcuffs so he can go after Francis again, but leaves a cute little surprise for Colossus. We go back again, and Wade goes to the facility that the pedophile told him they could treat his cancer and make him a lot better than he is at the moment. This place looks like a Nazi camp. We officially meet Francis. He explains that he used to be a patient just like you, and when he got treated, he obtained the power that he can't feel pain. And the girl next to him was a patient too, and she has super strength. They inject some weird shit into his bloodstream, and Francis tells Wade he will torture him day and night with a lot of different ways to make his powers come up. They start torturing Wade with all sorts of ways like punching him, freezing him alive, submerging him into this black-looking goo. After all of that, Wade tells Francis, I know your name, as he shows him the tag from his clothes. Francis gets mad and puts Wade in a chamber to suck most of the air out, as a last resort to make his powers come up and the mutation to happen. He starts to choke from the lack of oxygen. They leave Wade alone, and after a while, Wade starts to mutate. His skin starts to boil and turns into a scary-looking burnt victim. Wade is in a lot of pain, and he is shocked by the look of his new face. Francis comes in the morning to see what has happened. Wade starts yelling at him to turn him like he was and fix his face. But Francis tells him, now you are cured, and you can heal much faster than you can die. Also, Francis tells Wade that he is going to keep him as a slave to work for him and that he will never be free again. Wade starts to think of a way to escape this shit place. And in the meantime, he headbutts the girl to steal her match that she always keeps on her mouth. After they leave, Wade gets the match out of his mouth and lights it with his fingernails, which is bullshit. But anyway, he throws the match at the oxygen part of the chamber, and the room blows up into flames. The loud explosion wakes Francis up, and he comes down in a hurry to see what has happened. He tries to put all the flames out, but observes that Wade is not in his chamber. Wade comes out of nowhere, and they start to fight. They exchange a couple of blows to each other. But Wade is tired by the lack of treatment he has gotten in these days. Francis stabs Wade and pins him to the ground with a giant metal rod. He punches Wade and thinks that it is over and done, so he leaves the burning building and Wade behind. Wade wakes up in the ashes of the building, with his wound all healed up. Because not only his powers heal him from cancer, but from every damage to his body. He goes to meet Vanessa and say sorry for leaving like that and to fix his relationship with her. But he is too scared to talk to her because of the burned face and body he has now. He goes to his friend at the bar and tells him to help with the revenge on Francis and to make him fix his face and everything he has done. They decide on the superhero named DeadPool. DeadPool starts a makeover montage, where he makes a suit so he cannot be recognized by them, and goes after every person he can find remotely close to Francis. Trying to get some information, he gets shot and the white suits become stained by blood. After killing the guys that he was fighting, he sees that he is covered in blood. Wade goes to a laundromat to try to clean his blooded clothes, but it's not going well. This blind woman tells him to wear red dumbass. So he makes a red suit, which we all love, and goes after more bad guys to try to get more information about the location of Francis. He eventually finds the location of the pedophile that told him he could heal and fix everything wrong in his life. Wade tells him, "I came for my revenge and you will pay for what you have done." The pedo tries to escape. Wade kills his bodyguards and goes after him. Wade smashes him into a car and breaks his fingers and makes him tell everything about Francis and his location. Wade goes again to meet Vanessa at this strip club, but he still can't bring himself to do it because he looks so bad, so he leaves. Vanessa feels his presence and goes after him to see if he was actually Wade. She goes outside, but the only person there to meet is Francis and the strong bitch. She gets knocked out and kidnapped by them. Wade goes to his friend and asks him where Vanessa is. He tells Wade she is outside. He goes outside but finds no one. After looking down, he finds a note, which was left there by Francis. He gets super mad, and together with his friend call Francis on the number he had left for them. Wade goes to Colossus and Justin Bieber and asks them for help to get Vanessa safe and sound out of Francis' hands. After a bit of debating, they do understand that Wade is super sad, and they agree to help him take down Francis. They arrive at the location. Wade gives his driver a high 10 and they leave the cab. They start doing this cool hero-looking walk in slow motion, and the girl asks Wade where his bullets and ammo are, which he, of course, forgot in the cab that left the place. They see Francis in the top of the ship. Francis tells the strong chick to go and kill them all. She does an amazing superhero landing and Wade loves it. Colossus and the girl start to fight. He gets punched into a new dimension and Justin Bieber goes after the girl with her own powers. But now it's time for Wade to showcase his true talent into this amazing sword and gunfight. He starts cutting and killing every guy that is in front of him. He finally makes it up to Francis and Vanessa. She recognizes him, and Francis shuts her into the chamber that Wade was a while ago. She starts to choke from the lack of air, and Francis and Wade start the big fight. They exchange a lot of blows to each other, and Wade does a backflip and throws his sword to the chamber so Vanessa can breathe normally again. The fighting keeps going hard. They both get hurt and stabbed a bunch of times as they try to kill each other. Francis does have the upper hand as he does not feel any pain by the wounds, like this stab to the leg. Wade gets up and does a backflip kick. Vanessa, seeing that Wade is losing the battle, tries to escape the gas chamber. She does manage to escape and be out of the chamber, and gets Wade's sword and goes to stab Francis with it in the shoulder. Seeing that, Wade gets more strength and takes the knife out of his skull. The strong chick is actually beating the fuck out of Colossus, but Justin Bieber is powering up her superpower, and after she is fully charged, goes for the kill. She makes a very powerful explosion which obliterates everything, even the huge giant ship that Wade and Francis are fighting on. Francis gets knocked down by a crate. Wade goes to help Vanessa and puts her inside the gas chamber to keep her safe from the destruction. They both hang over the ledge and also get knocked down by crates. The giant ship comes crashing down. The girl and Colossus help to get Vanessa out of the rumble and also out of the gas chamber. They see Wade and Francis still fighting as they come tumbling down from the destroyed ship. They both hit the ground pretty roughly, but this time Wade has the upper hand and pins Francis down with a couple of punches to the head. Wade tells Francis, "Now, I finally got you and you can't escape anymore before you can fix what you have done to my face." Francis tells him that he is dumb and that he could not fix or reverse what has happened to him. Wade gets super mad and pulls out a pistol, but Colossus comes and tells Wade to please listen and not shoot his enemy as he is a hero now, and you can't kill people. But Wade shoots Francis and kills him, and he tells Colossus that he is a pussy for throwing up. Vanessa comes and finally meets Wade. She tries to remove his mask, but Wade has another face underneath that one. She removes that one, as well, but Wade is scared of her opinion on his new looks. She takes the cardboard mask off and sees Wade's new face for the first time. She is completely in shock. But of course, this is a movie, and love is love, so she kisses Wade and happy ending. Thank you all so much for watching. I would appreciate it a lot if you subscribe and liked the video.